sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. I have been to my lowest before in trucking, but I'm still here. I'm human. Hey y'all, it's your girl Victoria, and I am back with another trucking video. And today I'm going to be discussing, drum roll, pros and cons in trucking, especially being a woman truck driver. People see the freedom, they see the lifestyle, they see the traveling, but honestly, do they be keeping it 100% with y'all, let y'all know really what's going on in these streets? No. So with that being said, I am going to discuss that today with y'all from my own experience. I'm not speaking for all, just speaking from my experience. So anyways, if y'all are watching this video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe with your girl as I bring y'all more videos, better content. I am progressing. Honestly, just be patient with your girl. Just be patient with me, because YouTube is something still new to me. I've been on YouTube now actually consistently for 3 months. So I'm growing, you know, and I'm learning what to do, what not to do. So yeah, but anyways, let's get into this video with your girl. Alright, you guys, so we're gonna start off with the good stuff, which will be the pros. Alright, if y'all see that I'm looking at my phone, I wrote down some of my things, because I'm not good at remembering things off the dome. My memory is not that great, not gonna lie to you. So first things first that we're gonna start off with is the pay. It's equal pay. You can do the same thing that a male is doing and get paid the same amount or even more. I'm not downplaying the men, but when it comes to trucking, a lot of women get frowned upon for doing a male's job. But honestly, trucking is really simple. It's really not that hard. Depending on what you're doing, I haul reefer, so all I have to do is maybe hook up to a trailer, disconnect from a trailer, and open my doors. It's not that crazy. So, but that's neither here nor there. Let's get back to the pros. Anywho, the pay is great. Get paid weekly. I've never been to a trucking job that pays bi-weekly. I don't know if there's any that does, but I can't speak on that. But every company that I've ever been with, I've always got paid weekly. And one thing about it, I've always was able to move on up into trucking. So that's another pro. You are able to grow in trucking. You may not stay, or you may not want to stay content in what you're doing. There's ways to grow. You can branch out, do another type of haul. You could do flatbed, you could do reefer, containers, dry van, oversized, dump truck. It's so much that you can do within trucking. You don't have to stay put in one area, and that's one thing that I love about trucking. As long as your record is clean, which my record is clean, thank God. 6 years, nothing on my record, and I can pretty much go anywhere that I want, kind of, sort of. So that is a blessing. Like, I have been with several companies, I'm not gonna hold you, but every company that I always applied to and that I wanted to go to, they accepted me because my record is clean. And then also too, like, with that, just make sure you guys keep that record clean. Just keep the record clean, okay? Anywho, but yeah, definitely the pay. Pay is good. Right now, rates are not the best. I hope they do go up soon, but pay is pretty decent. It's what you make it, honestly. Next thing I have is independence. You're very independent out here. And then for me, I've definitely experienced that even more driving for owner-operators. The difference between owner-operators and a company, owner-operators, they're not breathing down your neck telling you what you can and cannot do. You're not micromanaged. So most of the time, as long as you are doing what you need to do, you won't even hear from them. Unless, like, you need to call them about the truck, or they're calling you to, you know, to get the truck repaired or get an oil change and whatnot. You don't really hear too much from them, honestly. So that's one thing that I do love too. The next thing that I have is freedom. You do have a lot of freedom out here. When I was over the road, I traveled pretty much everywhere. I've been to mostly every state except for, I want to say, maybe 2, honestly. And it was just crazy how, like, the next day or one day you're in one state and the next day you wake up in a different state. Like that was just awesome to me. Being able to travel for free. You're working, of course, but for free. And then if you have downtime, because sometimes with these bigger companies, they have you sitting for a little second, you can explore. And that's another pro. You can explore the city if you feel comfortable to do so. I wish I did that when I was over the road, but I didn't do it. That's one thing that I do regret. Like, I'm just scary. I'm very scary. So when I would go somewhere, say if I went to a terminal and whatnot, I would use the company van or company vehicle to go either get my nails and my feet done or go give me something to eat. And I'm back at the truck, sitting in the truck, sleeping, watching TV, looking at videos. That's all I would do. I wish I would have experienced that. So definitely experience that if you're not scary like I am, and just make sure you check your surroundings. Always look at what's going on at all times. Another thing that I have for pros is people. You meet a lot of people out here, and there's some genuine people out here on the road. Like, for instance, I met a guy, probably, was that last week or the week before last? And he was a white man. I love everybody. But he came up to my truck because both of us was in the weigh station. And that's neither here nor there. We was both in there and whatnot. But that's another story that I may post. But anywho, he came up to my truck and he was like, I made a pot of coffee. He asked me if I wanted some. And I am just so nice. I'll take anything. So I got a cup of coffee. I'm still living, so he ain't do nothing crazy to it or whatever. But anywho, like, you have some nice, genuine people out here. And some people, all they really need is someone to talk to. They don't have no one to talk to. So I always try to be that person if someone talks to you. Now, if they talking crazy, shoo them away. But other than that, it's some good people out here. Another pro that I have is when you come to, certain truck stops, they have reward programs, and some of the places with the rewards, they actually equal money. So that's one thing that I did like too. Like, I was able to buy things using my pilot points, or I don't know anybody else. Mostly I go to is pilot. So I was able to use my pilot points and buy me some things without using my actual money, you know. Do I have another pro at the time being? Another pro that I have is just being able to see all these different trucks out here. Honestly, I mean, this is not really a pro, but it's mine. Being able to see all these different trucks out here, everybody with their nicely done trucks, customized trucks, like, that just brings warmness to my heart, because I know you took your time in regards of fixing this truck up, putting the money into it. Hard work and dedication. It dedicates you and pushes you more to get to where you want to get to. So eventually I want to get my own truck, and my dream truck, and I'm going to get it, is a Pete long nose, not an automatic. I want a manual, and I want it to be pink and black mostly all over the truck, and then pink, what is it, I can't think of the word right now. What is the word? I can't think of it. Maybe like a pink outline or something of that sort. Right now, my brain is not working, so y'all bear with your girl. But I want it pink and black. So I want that, and I want a matching trailer. I'm going to get it one day. It just takes time, you know? So that's all that I can think of on top of my head right now when it comes to pros. I may do another video when I can think of other things. But yeah, definitely pros that I have is being able to travel for free, meeting new people, pay is decent, and, you know, just freedom, independence, you know. So let's go ahead and wrap this up, and we're gonna go to the cons. All right, you guys, so now we are on the cons of trucking, especially being a woman truck driver. So the first thing that I have is safety concerns. When I was over the road, I definitely felt uncomfortable going to some of these truck stops and rest areas, because some people look a little strange, you know. I've had incidents where I came to a truck stop at night, and, you know, someone's literally in the front seat just watching. Now, mind you, I'm not saying that they were, watching me, but something like that, it'll throw you off. So you have to just make sure you are always on your P's and Q's. Make sure that you're always checking your surroundings. Never walk with your head down. Make sure you always looking around your shoulders, checking over your shoulders. Like, you just got to make sure that you are just watching, looking. Now, I'm not saying that you're able to stop anything, but at least you know what's going on around you. You definitely got to be cautious of that. I'm not going to lie. Another thing that I have when it comes to trucking is isolation and loneliness. It gets lonely out here sometimes. I'm not going to lie. I have been to my lowest before in trucking, but I'm still here. I'm human. So I'm still here. I'm still able to tell my story and whatnot, but it's been times that I've been on this truck and I cried like a baby. Do you hear me? Like, I just felt like I didn't have no one. And then honestly, as you progress in trucking, you lose a lot of people, friends, family. You lose a lot of people. And then honestly, people don't check on you like that no more. I've mentioned that before. At first, people are asking you, where you at, what you doing, how's everything going. But once you get them years into trucking, don't nobody check on you no more. I literally talk to the same 2-3 people every day. And then sometimes it might not be an everyday situation. Like, I might hear from them every other day or every 2 days or whatever the case may be. Like, trucking changes a lot. Like, you definitely learn how to be alone. It's just really you, yourself. Well, that's the same thing, but it's you, the road, your music, your thoughts. That's all you really have out here. So that's something that you have to, get used to or whatever. The next thing that I have is going to be, I just lost it. It was in my head. Oh, it was just in my head. Hold on, y'all. I told y'all I can't remember things off the top of my dome. The next thing I have is physical changes. Y'all, when I first started trucking, I was 135, something of that nature. I had just lost my grandma. She passed in 2019, so I lost a lot of weight. I wasn't eating. So I went from 135 to this. I'm 175. I'm 175, 174, something like that. So, like, physical changes. You have to eat healthy out here. They don't give you a lot of great options to choose from. So it's up to you what you want to do and how you want to keep your health going. The places that they offer, honestly, are not great places to eat. Sometimes Subway is decent, but what you got? McDonald's, Hardee's, Arby's, Burger King, some places. I can't think of some other places off the top of my head right now, but them are just to name a few. And the ones that I've named, they are not that healthy. I mean, they have some healthy things on their list, but most of the time you don't want that. You want something good. So just make sure, like, when you get into trucking or you're thinking about getting into trucking, have that mindset already that I'm going to try to eat healthy and do right by my body, because honestly, that stuff will catch up with you when you get older. And yeah, at this point, I'm really trying to get myself right. It takes time. It's not going to happen overnight, but eventually I'll get it right, sooner or later. One thing I will say about being a woman truck driver and the cons of it, some of these men out here feel like we don't know what we're doing. They honestly feel like we're pretty much dumb in this trucking industry, and it's a lot of women that do it way better than some of these men. I'm not going to lie. Now, I'm not going to toot my own horn. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to put myself out there, but I feel like I do a great job, honestly. My record's clean. One thing about it, I make sure I get to my loads on time, pickups and deliveries. Another thing, too, I ain't going to say I don't care about going home, but if I'm on a load, like I do Georgia and Florida, so sometimes I can stop by the house, but for me, I'd rather just stay out on the road, deliver my load, come back up, and then I could go home. I love what I do. I love trucking. So, but one thing about it, these men, they'll look at you sideways. I've had that. They feel like you can't drive. I bet I can back this truck up better than some of these men out here. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't never need no help when it comes to backing into a spot. Now, if I feel uncomfortable, will I ask? Yes, I will ask, because one thing about it, I haven't hit anything and I don't want to hit anything. So I will ask for guidance, but for someone to do it for me, I don't need that. I really taught myself how to back. Now, am I the best backer? No, because sometimes I be overturning a little bit, but I'm going to get it in there. Every time. You have to learn or try to have a balance in your work life, which is kind of hard, because honestly, for me, I will say it's hard because, y'all, I haven't been in a relationship in a while, like a relationship with another person, you know, a significant other, and it's kind of hard. Like, honestly, for me, I feel like dating someone that doesn't know anything about trucking is hard. Like, I've tried that before and it didn't work because they don't understand what's going on. The guys that I've dated, I'm not gonna say all men, I never say all men, but the guys that I've dated, the first thought that they have in their head is I'm in a male industry, so I'm around nothing but men, so they're always talking to me constantly. Most of the time when it comes to these men on the road, most of them, they just want to make their money. They're not bothering you. They might say hey, they might say bye, but other than that, you don't have too many that really bothers you out here. But then you have some that just don't care. But everybody's trying to make their money. They're trying to make a way. Like, life is already hard as it is, and they're just trying to, you know, get it done. So with that being said, I'd rather date another trucker. That's what I would rather do, because they already know the lifestyle. They've been there, done that, or they're still doing it, you know, so they're very aware of what's going on and whatnot. So I don't know, dating is just kind of hard when it comes to trucking. I'm not gonna hold you. I am a mother of a 14-year-old son. That's kind of hard sometimes too, because honestly, I do want to be home a little bit more often for him, because he's at that point in his age now where he is venturing out, mind is wandering, you know, and whatnot. But I can't raise a boy into a man. I can't do that. But, you know, I'm home a little bit more than what I used to be, so that's a blessing. And then just being able to hang out with friends, or the little friends that I do have, and family, because once I get off the road, I'm tired. I just want to rest, get my mental together, and then be able to reset my body, reset my mind for when I do get back on the road. But I'm trying to get out of that, because with trucking, it has isolated me from a lot. Like, I don't be wanting to do anything, but I'm getting back out of that. Like, I started skating, like I mentioned. I kind of want to go out more and whatnot, not to a club, but just out doing things. So we're gonna start doing that. But trucking kind of puts you in that mood, like you just want to be alone. You really don't want to be bothered with no one, you know. But another thing I will say too is, which I've already kind of touched bases on, that is physical and mental fatigue. If your mental is not right, y'all, talk to someone. I've already touched on it, but talk to someone. Don't hold it in, bottle it in, because eventually that will get to you. Stress can kill you. Again, stress can kill you. Okay, remember that. So talk to someone, or journal, write it down, or talk to the man above. If you believe in God, talk to him above, pray to him. And then physical fatigue. If you are tired, which some of these companies will try to run you to the ground, pull over. Don't allow no load or no one to tell you that you can't stop and go to sleep. Don't allow that. Okay? And the last thing that I really need to touch on is just stressful conditions when it comes to trucking. Sometimes you'll be in stressful situations. Always call someone. Always ask for help. That is a con, but you can always ask someone to help you out. Don't try to put all that on you. Don't do that. Like, for instance, the other day, I stopped to take me a shower at my favorite place and whatnot. Well, it's not my favorite place, just the people there. But anywho, I missed the whole situation, but they were telling me about it. It was a driver. Now, mind you, he was a trainee. Trainer is in the back sleeping. Sometimes at this pilot, well, it's called a 1-9. So sometimes at this 1-9, some drivers, they miss the next entrance, right? So, or not miss the next entrance, they don't realize to go to the next entrance, to go to the trucking area. So they'll turn in the area where the cars is. Now, mind you, The driver could have woke up his trainer, but he chose to let him stay asleep and try to figure it out himself. He hit a pole at the gas pumps. Don't put yourself into stressful conditions where you can get yourself out of. You got a trainer there for a reason. Wake them up. Wake them up. That's their job. That's what they're getting paid for. Don't try to figure it out on your own, because eventually when you get out on your own, you will definitely have to figure it out then, because you have some drivers out here that will not help you. They will look at you like you're crazy. So while you have that trainer, take advantage of that. But that's all the pros and cons that I have at this moment, you guys, that I could think of. So if you stayed and watched this whole video, I appreciate you and I love you. Until next video, bye.